And we have a statement from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition, which will be presented by our brother, Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And we want to thank the leadership of the House, led by the Honorable Pio Wandai. We have our members of the National Assembly here, members of the Senate, and we will be speaking to various issues of national importance. Your Excellency, karibu.
We have called for this session because of what is happening in our country. So we, before you as Azimio la Umoja One Kenya, we are in touch with our other colleagues who may, particularly members of the summit. Of course, being here means that Baba himself is here. And our sister Mother Karua, we've been in touch with her. In fact, they issued a statement from NAC Kenya yesterday on some of the issues we'll be touching upon. We're in touch with Brother Wycliffe Oparanya. You have seen our brother Mwangi wa Iria. Mheshimiwa J.N. Kioni is in Deragwa, but is part of what we are saying today. And Mheshimiwa Wajakoya also is in Ingo, in Western Kenya, is part and parcel of the statement today. We will summarize our remarks, and I think the Secretariat is busy trying to type out an official version. But of course, what we are saying is absolutely official. We have called for this presser in order to express and show solidarity with our doctors. And as you may well know, the strike that the doctors have called is also been joined by other technicians, the lab technicians and others, members of the honorable profession, the medical profession. We are also aware that as we speak, they are actually demonstrating. It is important to remember that when the whole thing started, the Secretary General of the doctors' organization was actually not only tear gas but hurt, and we went to see him in the hospital. Since then, we had hoped that the Kenya Kwanza regime would have taken seriously the demands by the doctors. So, without much ado, we want to say we stand in absolute solidarity with the doctors. They're entitled, as usual, under Article 37 of our Constitution, to picket, to demonstrate, to go on strike. What we are now saying is this matter has assumed another dimension. That the whole president comes back and he says, we will not pay, won't pay. Goes on to say that they do not have, we have to live within our means. Now we all know that Kenya Kwanza regime has taken serious cognizance of the factors of production. We want to congratulate them for it. When they say they want to go for development in terms of economic growth and not consumption. But they've been preaching water and drinking heavy wine. Look at the style, the lavish style that they have assumed. If only they could cut down, because during the National Dialogue Committee meetings, we were able to address some of these issues. And a statement issued that they were going to cut down on travel, for example, that those traveling, say, within the region will all fly economy. But what has actually happened? We have seen exponential growth in expenditure by this government. We all are aware that the wage bill is high. But the way to handle the high wage bill is not to deny people rights. After all, they are collecting so much in terms of taxation. Everybody now, even you members of the press, wherever you are now having to pay through the nose, your nose, for the affordable housing levy, actually a tax. Now, what are they doing with all this money? That is what Kenyans are asking. Why don't you have collected all the money from every Kenyan, bleeding, literally, bleeding the economy in order to get money? So we can only come to one conclusion, that this is an extravagant regime. They want to be able to milk every penny out of the Kenyans and be able, and then even refuse to pay the doctors. We have established this morning that over 500 Kenyans have lost their lives following the doctor strike. You may even want to compare that to Shakahola. And it looks like nobody seems to care. We are here to say you will care, because if you don't, we are going to come back to this podium and make further statements with regard to showing solidarity with the Kenyan doctors. I want to ask either Mwangi or Eugene to talk to you about the fake fertilizer. It's sort of a product of heavy corruption. All what you are seeing really smacks of nothing but pure corruption. This is why they are unable to manage, and this is why there's so much contradiction even on the matter of the fertilizers. Well, Kenyans may probably remember Americans one time at the famous Watergate scandal. What is happening here is a government being led primarily by one scandal after another, and they don't seem to care. You know, that attitude, ya mutadu. And the beauty about, or really, not the beauty, the unfortunate thing about us as a country, as Kenyans, is we forget about these scandals. As soon as they are dealt with, at least they have some kind of semblance of peace, and Kenyans forget. Now this time, we are calling on our nation, on all citizens of goodwill, to take note of every scandal and hold this government to account. We've been actually discussing, and we are watching that space. But for now, we've decided to issue a very clear statement that we are in solidarity with our doctors. That means if the, in fact, I think it was Eugene who was calling on one CS to resign. Personally, I don't think I have a lot of regard for these CSCs. Whether they resign or they don't resign, they are part and parcel of a regime that is failing its citizens. We are consulting. We are consulting, and if they do not stop this strike, obviously Kenyans are free to join. Yeah.
Yes, and perhaps
apparently the only language I understand ni kwenda kwa mitaa.
Yes, yes. Perhaps just to add, you know, there's been a development when the CS Kindiki outlawed the strike, meaning beginning tomorrow we might start seeing tear gas. We saw what happened to the leader. There was a projectile that hit his head. God forbid if it had hit the wrong corner, probably he would not be with him. And as Azimio we are saying, it is their constitutional right under Article 37. And if this government, instead of addressing the problem, the root cause of this, is going to use tear gas and force against the doctors and force them off the streets, as Azimio we are ready to come out to stand with them. Say you have no money to pay your doctors, and yet you have money to give new jobs called CSs, creating offices and rewarding your cronies who lost elections to most of these honorable members of parliament and who are going to be earning more than the honorable members of parliament, and you're saying you cannot pay the doctors. This is the height of irresponsibility by any government. And today we also want to say we are an agrarian economy. A lot of farmers today as we speak, particularly where I come from, they're in their farms. We have rains, we have good soils, but we have fake fertilizers. We have fake seed being given by the government itself from NCPB stores. These are not things being bought kwa maduka, sijui wapi. This is fertilizer from government institutions being given to farmers, and farmers have found in those bags not fertilizer, stones, na mavi ya punda na vitu ingine, very strange things. And for 3 weeks, the Minister for Agriculture, Bwana Linturi, has been trying to deny that there's no fake fertilizer. People have been arrested by Kenyan police, confirming by the Kenyan police that indeed there's fake fertilizer. But now, where we have reached, the left arm of government does not know what the right arm is doing. Today, the minister is saying, yes, there might have been fake fertilizer, but only 3,000 bags. The deputy president, Bwana Gachagua, is saying, yes, there's fake fertilizer, but there are 50,000 bags. Which is which? It's a government that is totally confused and out of touch with their reality. And that is why we are demanding today, as Azimio, that for 3 weeks, Bwana Linturi has been in offices, in this office, has been issuing denials. But now that it has been confirmed that it's fake fertilizer, the honorable thing Bwana Linturi should have done is to step aside. And we are demanding as Azimio that the Minister for Agriculture should resign and allow investigations to get to the bottom of this scandal that threatens our national food security. May I invite my brother, the Honorable Governor Wairia.
To reiterate what Honorable Kalonzo and Honorable Amalo has said. And I'll start with the issue of the strike by the medics. I think Honorable Kalonzo has stated it very clearly that this is equivalent to mass murder. When you have killed over 500 people, and that's just an estimate, I think going forward, it can easily be equated to a genocide because people are dying in numbers every day. And I think as Azimio, we shall soon call upon Kenyans to come and register with us the names of their loved ones who have died out of this negligence. And that number will land into thousands of Kenyans. Because very soon, we might even have to go to take the government to court for causing murder. Because what are we arguing about here? We are arguing about cents and shillings when Kenyans are dying every day. That is worse than Shakahora, my friends. And this is a sponsored open Shakahora that as a government we are saying let the people die simply because of some few coins and shillings. We are in total solidarity with the doctors. Even them, those who are causing death, when they fall sick, they will go and sleep over a bed and wait for the same doctors that they are currently punishing. So we want to tell them that as opposition, we are not going to watch over another open, sanctioned Shakahora, sanctioned by the government. And to our medics, to Kopamoja. On the issue of fertilizer, this is a story of stone soup. You are boiling stones and you are telling your kids to wait for soup. So you are giving Kenyan farmers stones and you are telling them to wait for harvest. And we want to think that this is not the first time. It's only that it was discovered. Kenyans have actually been putting stones into their soils. And we are saying to the farmers, be careful, be watchful. You can even be given fertilizer for free, but you don't want free stones. Those stones can be used in doing the affordable housing. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you. Very good. Are they okay? Okay. Oh, in Ashika. Okay, very good. Just introduce. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, good afternoon, and thank you very much for coming to
we probably just go.
Yes.
Mangi. Kuja hapa, kuja hapa, Mangi. I must buy you tea.
Now, I can see. You can see. Now I can see.
Make my day.
Now I can see.
How are you, sir? Good to see you, man.
Let me invite you.
Hey,
You're on.
you're feeling us.
No, it's okay.
Sorry?
Mangi,